I have my fingers next to my lips. They said, "Oh, it's okay, everybody is invested here. Frank, they got invested and now every time they see you they want to know more. Yeah, this is a small bank. That's why they don't know too much about it. But the fact that you planted a seed with them and you know very well they went and asked questions to the right people in the banking industry. Next thing you know they're waiting." Bank story woman. They have a lot of branches in 5 or 6 states. They're big but they're not big like Wells Fargo or other companies. Bank story woman. All the way up until a few months ago, I kept buying dinar from this bank. The VP came into the office and says, "Hey, we want to know why are you buying all this dinar? Is there something you know that we don't know?" Frank. Oh, my goodness. Bank story woman. I kind of gave them the foundation of it and then before you know it I end up walking into the bank. Weeks later, they sort of shouted at me. "So have you heard anything?" This was in the lobby. I was looking around like, oh, my gosh, why are they talking so loud? Multi-currency practices are using more than one currency. For instance, if you're using the dinar and the dollar. That's multi-currency practice within internal circumstances. That's going to go away. The Iraqi dinar overthrows the dollar and wins the struggle to control the regular market. Quote, "The U.S. Treasury continues its cooperation with the Central Bank of Iraq. As many Iraqi banks have now formed relationships with international banks for the first time. I'm not saying the rate is going to change the 1st of January, but things going to be stronger, a lot stronger. Once they start using the dinar, they're going to be a lot stronger." 2014 IQD experienced another devaluation. This time it was due to the decline in oil prices and conflict with ISIS. The currency lost about 15% of its value against the USD. Later, the CBI implemented a new exchange regime allowing the IQD to float freely against the basket of currencies. This led to further devaluation of the currency, with the IQD losing another 10% of its value against the US dollar and then not even a year later to turn around and increase the value of the Iraqi dinar exchange rate. So yeah, at one time the Iraqi dinar was more valuable than the US dollar. Do I think it can get there again? Of course I believe that absolutely, but there are hurdles that Iraq has to get over. The funny thing is I would take that right about now because I have about 4 or 5 million Iraqi dinars. If it jumped up to 31 cents, woo, I'd be happy with that because I'd get over $1 million back. 1995 the IQD was officially pegged to the US dollar at a fixed rate of 1 Iraqi dinar for $2.85 USD. 2003 we know the US led an invasion of Iraq. This led to economic instability and currency fluctuations. The Iraqi dinar was devalued to around 1 Iraqi dinar for $1.30 USD. Got rid of the ones with the faces of Saddam Hussein. One new IQD was equivalent to 1,000 old IQDs. In 2012 the central bank allowed the IQD to float freely. This led to a significant devaluation of the currency, with the IQD losing 20% of its value. Iraq has experienced multiple devaluations and revaluations of the currency. From 1988 to currently where we are, these are the major events that affected currency.